What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We've just hit 20k subscribers, so thank you all so much. Let's get to 30k and get a deal in the description if you haven't already. Plenty of free crypto and goodies down there. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. What's up guys, so just before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and the bell icon. People aren't seeing our content and this is probably because you haven't hit the bell icon. Thank you again for all your support. The algorithm is slamming a lot of content creators right now, so we really appreciate all your support. And we're so proud of the amazing community that we built. So make sure to jump into the Telegram and the free Discord. So just take a look at Bitcoin here, and as we can see, recently it was forming this massive range. And it's recently fallen into a smaller range just below, as you can see on the chart here. We'll just take a look at, basically what's been happening in terms of a macro perspective. We've just been rolling over, haven't we, underneath a resistance looking something like this potentially. You could say, there could be a resistance looking something like this with the false breakout, which I'd say is probably more confluent than, a lot of influencers, a lot of other chart analysts have actually been looking at a resistance that looks something like this. But in reality, we'd say realistically, the resistance is more something like this with the fake out to the upside here and then the continuation to the downside. You can see the resistance it's causing us to roll over every single time that we touch it so far. But as we said, in a lot of videos today, we are getting very overextended to the downside now for Bitcoin. And obviously when the bears did try to push the price below here, down around that 40k mark, you can see the huge amount of support that there was in that area. And obviously the more overextended we do get to the downside, if you think about the market as like an elastic band, basically the more that it stretches to the downside here from fair value, the more chance of it having a snap back to the upside, just like when you get overextended in a peak euphoria with these massive parabolic moves we've seen previously, the more chance you do have of having a big correction, which is what we've had recently. And now it's seeming as though we are actually heading in the other direction and getting too overextended to the downside, getting below fair value by a fair way here. And we would expect, Bitcoin, considering what we're seeing here, every time we've tested this resistance, even with this fake out to the upside here, we have actually rolled back inside of it as resistance and basically rolled over, looking for that next level of support. But we do think sooner or later that Bitcoin is going to break out of this resistance here. And once we do, we're probably going to be heading back up towards that 50k mark pretty damn soon. Because you can see here, Bitcoin, it's been forming a series of ranges, hasn't it, really? Because as we said in previous videos, markets, especially crypto markets, they spend around 80% of the time ranging from, sideways. They're not actually, just running up and down constantly. They're actually in these little consolidation periods. And you can see here for Bitcoin that we've had 3 series of consolidation here realistically. We've basically got this first consolidation here where everyone was like, oh, we're going to sit on that zero, what was it? The 078 level and basically get that bounce to the upside in this area. But obviously with that huge capitulation event that we did see, with Bitcoin wiping out a ridiculous amount of leveraged longs, we actually come all the way down to that 050 level where we did find the bounce. We wick all the way back up to the 618 and we form a range here, as you can see, testing the lows and the highs. The lows being down at around 45, 46k, the highs being up around that 52k level. And we did say if we don't break 52k that we probably will roll over lower on a lot of our Twitter and Patreon posts. And you can see here, that's exactly what happened. We had the fake out breakout of this resistance here, but we actually came back inside it, didn't we, to the bottom of the range. And this is when we knew that we were probably going to see a bit more downside, because you can see what's happened. We've come down to the bottom of the range. We're stuck under the resistance. It's forcing us into a kind of this descending triangle formation. And then beyond that, you can see we roll over. We actually roll further than the 050, which is where we consolidated. We get the overextension to the downside. And then, you can see with that even further push to the downside the bears wanted, we almost come down to that 038 level. But we're pretty much, getting ridiculously overextended at this point, aren't we? We're basically retesting this area here where we were, consolidating in another little range. And now looking like, we're having a little bit of a renaissance over the past few days. Like we really want to come up and at least test this resistance here thoroughly. And obviously, as we said, if we break to the upside, we're most likely going to be coming back up towards that 618, which is at around $47,400 currently. Obviously, if we roll over from this resistance here, we'll be back down at the range low, probably at around that 40.5k level. So in terms of short-term price predictions then, we'll keep things short and sweet. Obviously, as we said, rolling over here, we do have that support down at the bottom of the range at 40.5k. Obviously 40k, a massive psychological support. We wouldn't be expecting 40k to be broken, to be honest. Otherwise, if we did see 40k getting broken and we started to, retest it as resistance, we'd probably start to get worried about the integrity of the bull market. But so far, in our opinion, nothing to be too concerned about. We're still holding all of our bull market supports. If you take a look at this weekly time frame, for example, you can see here, if we just zoom in, that we are still holding in and around this area here of these Fibonacci levels. And on the monthly time frame here, you can see we haven't actually come down and retested the weekly EMA yet, the 20 EMA yet on the monthly time frame, sorry, which is obviously a very key level of support. You can see here, previously we did see, when we had that really bearish period back in that May-June period here, that we came down towards it. And to, in the current, kind of climate that we are right now, especially on this month here, you can see we're in a similar position right now, ready for that bounce, in our opinion. So we're still optimistic that things are going to work out, and we're not seeing that much evidence to suggest that things are, going to absolutely capitulate like 90% over the next 6 months. So in our opinion, obviously, if we're moving to the upside, we break out of this level, we head up to the 618 at around 47.5k, and beyond that would be, towards that 50k mark. So as we said, Bitcoin, it's still looking fine in our opinion. And you can see here on our Fibonacci, we still have this really nice target upwards of that 227 extension here coming up towards, 100, 200k. We do think 100k is probably very likely for Bitcoin this year, in between that 141 and that 161 extension. So I'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with 4 videos we post every single day. Remember, if you want to support the channel more directly and get a ton of benefits and insight, as well as joining our growing community, consider the Patreon or YouTube membership down below. There are 3 tiers giving you access to our private Discord. Crypto support is available if you just want to help us out a small amount. Crypto Maximalist is our main tier, which gives you access to detailed daily technical analysis and signals, weekly and monthly coin calls, and insights into our personal moves, while Maximalist Gold takes it a step further, giving you an insight into our personal portfolio tracker, super low cap gem research, and a 100x portfolio we're constructing and updating, and access to us personally as a resource to discuss your portfolio via Messenger. Make sure to check it out. You can also sign up to our free Telegram and public Discord via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalist.